Hello, I thought I would drop in with another mini video showing you a little technique that I use. It's been a long day and I've been sitting at a computer for most of it, and if you're anything like me, you have a build-up of tension, often tension headaches and a lot of stiffness around the neck and shoulder region. This should help you out. If you've got a yoga block handy, you might do, you're going to want to have one of those. Or alternatively, you could use a book or a couple of books or like a stack of books. If you don't have the actual block, you'll just need to play with the height of the books. So have a few books handy and then you can always take them away or add more as desired. So what we're going to do is use the block to give us a little bit of release around the back of the head and also a bit around the side, near the base of the skull essentially. And this can be really nice if you've been concentrating for a really long period of time, or that you just tend to have tension in that region. Some of us carry tension there without even realizing it. So even if you don't have tension headaches, try giving this a go and see if it makes a difference for you. So as with any props that you use, it's good to be able to play with them. So don't feel that there's only one way that you can use them. Feel free to adjust the height, to adjust your position with the blocks as you go. So as always, look after yourself. That's the most important thing. Listen to your body. So personally, I like to use this long side of the block for this exercise, if you want to call it that. And we're going to use these ridges just to add some, I guess, tension around the back of the head. So I'm going to show you the position. So if you just use one hand to reach behind you, you're going to look for these two kind of pokey nodules that stick out around the base of the skull. I've tried to pin my hair up today so that I can get it out the way for you. But essentially, as you draw a line up these two lines along your neck, you'll find them, they're sort of bobbly in nature. So when you've got them, you'll know that that's sort of the right height that it's going to be. And I'm going to show you before I come to lie down on the block the position that it will be in. So the lower line of the block is going to go against the line of the ridges, if that makes sense. So it's kind of from the side going to look something like this. I'm going to lay down so the flat bit of my skull is resting quite comfortably on the block, and the ridge at the bottom is going to dig into that area just at the base of the skull where tension can accumulate. And what we're going to do is just lie on the block first, gazing upwards or probably gazing towards the wall in front of us, and then I'll guide you through so that we can just explore turning our heads a little bit and look for any areas that feel a bit tender or might be able to do with some release. So let's just get on with it. Let me stop talking and come over to the ground with your prop. Walking on the knees. So set your block up and then just come down gently. Take your time to get there. And then support your head as you come down, looking for the lower line of the block. And you should know when you've come to a good place, because you should be able to rest your head on there comfortably without there being too much tension. And you can just let your arms be anywhere that feels comfortable. And then just let the weight of your head rest into the block. Try and relax your shoulders and just take a couple of deep breaths there. So when it comes to tension release, often we can all use a bit of time to allow that process to happen. Sometimes it's not immediate and that's okay. So just try and be patient with yourself as you practice the art of relaxation. And it's also a bit difficult because there's this kind of bony prop in the way. So what we're going to do is start to change direction of our head. So my nose is kind of pointing upwards at the moment, so you're just gently going to rotate your head maybe 20 degrees to the right, like an inch to the right. And then once again, give your body some time to drop into the prop. And if you found a particularly tender spot, you might try deepening your breath. Look for anywhere in the body that wants to tense up, because that's quite a natural reaction for us when we come across a tender spot. We might want to clench our jaw or make fists with our hands. So you're going to turn the head a little bit more to the right. So we're just gently rotating the head, looking for any other pieces of tension in that region. And you can turn a bit more to the right, just letting the head release into the prop. Just finding a way to breathe as you go. And then slowly make your way back to center, and we'll do the other side. So essentially, as you turn to the left, what we're doing is kind of like a really slow massage, if you like. We're creating the tension so that when we roll a little bit more to the left, we'll be able to find a bit of release in the area that we were just compressing. So take one more turn to the left. And as you turn, you may well come across places that feel tender that you might want to hang out with. And I always recommend that hanging out in a spot that feels good to breathe in, or a spot that feels like you're creating space in, is a good idea. Slowly come back to center. Once again, take a couple of breaths in there. And if you do tend to suffer from tension headaches, might be a good idea to check in with your water count. I'm thinking to myself as my voice is cracking up as I speak to you. Good idea to put water in. So we're going to release from this now, so you can use your hands just to help lift the head. Support the head as you remove your props. Lower the head back down to earth. Take a moment. Just feel. Hopefully that should feel good. And if you like, you can just gently turn the head from side to side. And then rolling over onto one side. Let the head be heavy. Press one hand into the ground. Keep the head heavy so there's no tension. Then use your hand to help lift the head back up to center. I hope that's made a bit of a difference. I'm going to go and drink a pint of water now, maybe a few glasses. I hope that was good for you, and hopefully see you soon.